So I think, I mean, this is a very interesting topic, and I think that the RFPs that we receive right now, they're actually changing. So I think that from a buyer point of view, there is an acknowledgement that something needs to change in the market. So we're not seeing a lot of strict RFPs where the buyers would necessarily expect that the suppliers would be paying for electronic invoicing. So I mean, this is definitely one of the things that we are seeing changing. On the interoperability side of things, this is also a very big topic. So buyers want to make sure that the networks that they work with are open. So that means that from the supplier point of view, if you have multiple customers that ask you to use different networks, then you don't have to connect to each of the network, but you can choose one provider, and then the networks could then interoperate and make sure that they can send the invoices to the different networks. So that's definitely one of the areas. And then I think there's a lot of focus on the supplier side, so making sure that it's easy for the suppliers to get, to connect to the networks and to also look at the cost side. But the most important thing on the RFP side is basically to make sure all the time that this is not a tool you're buying and it's only for your users. It's a question of making sure who are the users and get the users that are ultimately going to use this to be part of the process. So make sure that when you select your e-invoicing tool, always have the suppliers to be part of the process. If they don't like the tool for various reasons, it could be cost, it could be the platform, it could be the technology or lack of formats or whatever, then they're ultimately not going to use it, and that destroys the value of the business case. So make sure that the suppliers are always part of the process. So what we're basically seeing right now is that a lot of the RFPs that we get in, they are changing. I would say there are probably two things that are changing most. One thing is the cost side. So a lot of the RFPs want to make sure that there's no supplier fees. That's one thing. The other thing is also that they want to make sure that the suppliers are part of the decision process. So that means that in your RFPs, you want to make sure that when you have your vendor presentations, that the suppliers are also part of this, because ultimately they are the users of the systems, and if they don't use them, then you have a poor business case.